Superman in the DC universe is like an unstoppable force and is usually seen as noble and honorable. His upbringing and connection to the human race via his parents and Lois have made him considerate about his actions. During fights, Superman not only had to neutralize his opponents, but also make sure he did the job with minimal damage to the city and surroundings. However, at times, he did lose his control, and that surely scared the hell out of his opponents. Clark Kent, aka Superman, is a kind and very gentle soul in general and tries his best not to kill villains, but when he does it, his blows are lethal. He is so powerful that he had once pushed a Guardian into the sun along with Planet Mogo. He did that with the help of a yellow lantern ring that he was wearing, but still, taking down both of them at once is not an easy deal. So, in today's video, we will be looking into the top 11 moments in the animated series when Superman had gone ultra violent.
Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin.
Number 1. Superman beats down Darkseid to Earth core. Superman Batman Apocalypse 2010. Superman Batman Apocalypse is a 2010 animated superhero film inspired by the Superman Batman comic book narrative, The Supergirl from Krypton, and serves as a standalone sequel to Superman Batman Public Enemies. A spacecraft crash lands at Gotham City Harbor weeks after the events that led to Lex Luthor's imprisonment, impeachment, and Superman and Batman's victory in rescuing the planet from a kryptonite meteor. While Batman is investigating the sunken vessel, a little girl emerges from the ocean and accidentally sinks in Batman's boat. With Superman's assistance, they find out that the girl is Kara Zor-El, the late Jor-El and Laura's niece, making her Superman's biological first cousin. Darkseid hears of Kara's existence on Earth and instructs Granny Goodness to bring her there as a prospective leader for the female Furies, as Big Barda is no longer his servant and the fighter treasure is a failed candidate. Clark takes Kara to visit his adoptive parents in Smallville when they return to Earth and their lives appear to be back to normal. Darkseid, who was on his way to murder Superman, ambushes them. He had pledged to leave Kara alone, but not Superman or Earth. Darkseid nearly murders Superman with his Omega beams before Kara steps in to save her cousin.
Stupid girl.
Superman tries to combat Darkseid but is swiftly defeated and punched into space. Kara fights Darkseid for a long time and manages to hold her own, thanks to her Amazonian and apocalyptic training, but he ultimately wins the upper hand and knocks her unconscious. Before Darkseid can flee, Superman travels to Earth and re-engages him, beating the enemy with all of his might, but Darkseid does not surrender and once again overpowers Superman with his Omega beams. Kara regains consciousness and activates a boom tube behind him as Superman shoots Darkseid with his heat vision. While Superman waits for Darkseid to return from Apocalypse, Kara notifies him that she has adjusted the coordinates and has been successful in trapping Darkseid in space. Number 2. Superman goes crazy. Superman vs. the Elite 2012. Superman vs. the Elite is an animated superhero film based on the Action Comics tale, What's So Funny About Truth? Justice, and the American Way. At the United Nations, Superman delivers a lecture emphasizing both the foolishness of unbridled violence and the greater good that exists within everyone. However, Superman's address is cut short by the leaders of Biala and Pokolistan, who declare war on one another after accusing each other of violating a peace deal. Manchester Black, the Elite's leader, is a British telepath and telekinetic of incredible power. Codecast, an African-American man who can emit enormous amounts of electrical energy. Menagerie, a woman who is symbolically bonded with a number of demonic-looking beasts. And Hat, a magician whose magical abilities are centered on his fedora. Superman returns to Metropolis to report on the news and examine the Elite minutely. The Elite and Superman save victims on a subway train that has become submerged as a result of a terrorist strike. But Manchester's interrogation almost kills the attackers.
You're killing her! Stop!
Superman begins to question the motivations of his newfound pals. Superman's attempt to persuade the elite that murdering is pointless falls on deaf ears, and he is beamed back to Earth abruptly. Atomic Skull escapes from prison and is met with little success by the elite. When Superman arrives, he begins to plan an attack with the elite, but Atomic Skull is killed by Manchester. The elite informs Superman that, in the interest of peace, they have also executed both the Pokalistani and Bialian leaders, and that Superman's negative reaction is seen as a declaration of war. Superman tells the elite that he is prepared to battle them, but only away from civilians. Bunny teleports both participants to the moon and broadcasts the combat live across the world. While Superman is able to endure and deflect blows of Codecast, Menagerie, and Hat, Manchester's telekinetic strike brings him to his knees. Codecast releases a huge blast of electromagnetic energy that appears to obliterate Superman. Moments later, Superman's bewildered voice continues to mock the elite, declaring that he has finally determined that he must begin murdering villains, beginning with the elite. Superman reappears in a flurry of movements and proceeds to eliminate the elite one by one, first injecting Menagerie with poison and then strangling the Hat with a super speed produced whirlwind. Manchester teleports them to Metropolis against Codecast's desires, seeking to utilize the innocent population as cover. When Superman reappears in front of an increasingly frantic Manchester, he is attacked again, but the attack fails to injure the Man of Steel, who uses his vision powers to lobotomize Manchester. Manchester informs Superman that the world knows he is no better than they are, and hence cannot be trusted, believing his death is only a matter of seconds away. Superman, on the other hand, disclosed that the elites were not slain, but were instead transferred to the Fortress of Solitude and deprived of their power. The people of Earth see that violence and killing are incompatible with the principles of justice, and they eventually agree that Superman's actions are in the best interest of all humanity. Number 3. Superman kills the Joker out of rage. Injustice 2021. Injustice is a 2021 American adult animated superhero film based on NetherRealm Studios' 2013 video game of the same name, which is based on DC comic characters. On Earth 22, Superman discovers his wife, Lois Lane, is pregnant after hearing a second heartbeat.
You're pregnant?
We're pregnant?
At the same time, Batman arrives in Metropolis to track down the Joker, who has stolen kryptonite from Star Labs. Joker murders Jimmy Olsen, kidnaps Lois, and obtains a nuclear bomb, which they link to a heart rate monitor surgically inserted to her heart. When Superman and Batman learns of Lois's kidnapping, they summon the rest of the Justice League to help them find her. During his investigation of the city, Flash discovers the Scarecrow dead in his lab and his supply of fear toxin stolen, before being slain by a trap set by the Joker. Superman ultimately discovers the Joker and Harley hiding in a submarine, but when he confronts them, he is assaulted by Doomsday and flies the monster into space. As the other heroes arrive and catch Joker and Harley, Batman finds that they have stolen fear toxin with kryptonite, together causing Superman to believe he is battling Doomsday while in fact he has murdered Lois. Lois's death set off the detonation of the bomb, devastating Metropolis and killing millions of people before Superman can be informed. Joker is captured and transported to Arkham Asylum, where he tells Batman that after failing to break him, he switched his attentions to corrupting Superman. To Batman's dismay, a distraught Superman interrupts the questioning, murdering Joker by impaling him with his fist and pulling out his heart. As the world responds to his actions, Superman vows to take a tougher position on avoiding death, which is backed by Wonder Woman, but rejected by Batman, who believes he would abandon his and the Justice League's beliefs. Number 4. Superman destroys an army of Doomsday. Superman Batman Apocalypse 2010. A spacecraft crashes, landing at Gotham City Harbor weeks after the events that led to Lex Luthor's imprisonment. While Batman is investigating a sunken vessel, a little girl emerges from the ocean. With Superman's assistance, they find the girl is Kara Zor-El. Darkseid hears of Kara's existence on Earth and instructs Granny Goodness to bring her there as a prospective leader for the female Furies, as Big Barda is no longer his servant and the fighter treasure is a failed candidate. 2 months later, Batman and Superman are on Themyscira, where Kara is engaged in a sparring session with Artemis, an army of Doomsday clones arise from Apokolips as Kara and Lyla slip away for a swim. Superman, Wonder Woman, and the Amazonian army combat them until Superman uses his heat vision to annihilate them all. Batman, on the other hand, correctly predicts the motive for the clones' attack and discovers Kara gone and Lyla dead. The last manifestation of her precognition reveals that the perpetrator is none other than Darkseid, who ordered a distraction to keep them occupied, allowing Granny to capture Kara. Number 5. Superman killed Superior Man. Superman, Red Sun, 2020. Superman Red Sun is a 2020 American direct-to-video animated superhero film based on the DC Comics character Superman. It is the 37th film in the DC Universe animated original movie series. A little child being pursued by a band of bullies in the Soviet Union in 1946. Svetlana, a little girl, defends him by driving them away.
Come on.
He tells her that he was terrified, not for his own safety, but for the safety of the bullies, before displaying superhuman strength and the ability to fly. Svetlana informs the youngster that he may utilize his abilities to aid his nation if he so desires. A decade later, in 1955, the Soviet Union published a propaganda film depicting an extraterrestrial superhuman under the command of Joseph Stalin, dubbed the Soviet Superman. By the American media. Dwight D. Eisenhower, President of the United States, assigns Lex Luthor the responsibility of devising a countermeasure against him. Superman is elected as the next leader of the Soviet Union, promising to utilize his talents for good and to expand the Soviet state authority. Superman spreads communist principles over the world, bringing the Korean War to a close and collapsing the Berlin Wall, which the Western powers erected to keep him at bay. He also forms an alliance with Princess Diana, or Wonder Woman, of Themyscira and develops a deep bond with her. Furthermore, Luthor reveals Superior Man, a clone of Superman created by extracting Superman's cells from the Rex satellite and remotely powering it with an orb of energy before sending it out to meet Superman. The two superhumans struggle until Luthor overloads the clone with too much energy, causing it to degrade as the fight proceeds until it ultimately collapses and disappears. Superman is shocked by Luthor's actions. Number 6. Superman vs. Solaris, All-Star Superman 2011. All-Star Superman is a 2011 American animated superhero film based on Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely's comic book series of the same name. Dr. Leo Quintum and his are investigating the sun when they are sabotaged by Lex Luthor's booby genetically enhanced time bomb clone. Superman defeats the clone, but in doing so, he obtains an overdose of solar radiation which gives him enhanced powers but eventually kills him. Luthor, who planned Superman's death while working for General Sam Lane, is apprehended and condemned to death as a result of Clark Kent's essay. Superwoman defeats Atlas and Samson in a double arm wrestling match. When Superman tells him to back off, he shows Superman a newspaper that reads Superman Dead and challenges Superman to contest to win Lois. After the Sub-Tyrannosauri are returned to the center of the Earth, their leader Taranko states to Superman that Krull will be dealt with. 2 months later, he is confronted by Bar-El and Lilo, lost astronauts from Krypton who want to turn Earth into a new Krypton. He fights them, and at their request, Superman puts them in a phantom zone until a cure can be found. Clark leaves with Lois promising to wait for his return. Luthor then reveals a tunnel from his cell for Clark to escape through, aided by Luthor's delinquent niece, Nostalgia. Superman then goes on to complete his last will and testament after settling his affairs. Luthor reprogrammed one of the Fortress robots to take the serum created by Superman for Lois's birthday. Luthor's execution via electric chair fails due to his Superman powers, and he escapes unharmed. To further his schemes, meets with Nostalgia under one of his layers. When Superman learns about Luthor's hidden ally Solaris, he completes his will. The Dictator Star computer has betrayed Luthor by messing with Earth's sun and turning it blue. Superman confronts Solaris in space with his robots. Solaris's raw power output, on the other hand, incinerated all of the robots, with Robot committing itself to harm Solaris in order to atone for being duped into taking the super serum. Everything appears to be lost until Superman's pet son, Eater, commits itself to diminish the Dictator Star, allowing Superman to destroy Solaris. Number 7. Superman beat the crap out of Shazam, Justice League Unlimited, the animated series. Clash is the 7th episode of Justice League Unlimited 2nd season and the 20th overall. With Superman occupied with a crashing airplane, the Justice League's newest member responds to Batman's cry for assistance. Captain Marvel is presented to his idol Superman after rapidly stopping the parasite's rampage through Metropolis. However, the Man of Steel isn't sure what to make of him, which he speaks his magical word Shazam, which changes him into his actual self, a typical 10-year-old child called Billy Batson. The next day on board the Watchtower, Marvel is taken aback by the number of heroes who see him as one of the boys. Then Superman drags Marvel before the League Council, the 7 founding members, and lashes into him. The media has exaggerated Marvel's comment about Lex Luthor into full-fledged political support by a significant superhero. Superman teaches the young hero about the complexities of the world and how people like Lex Luthor should not be accepted at face value. Marvel argues that the individual, like Luthor, may change for the better, but Superman has none of it, telling him not to take any further measures without the League's permission. Superman is distrustful of Luthor's motives and still irritated by his encounter with Marvel, but grudgingly agrees to make an appearance. Superman is distrustful of Luthor's motives. However, during the event, he overhears Luthor and Mercy Graves talking about something in place and for an escape route to be secured. Billy Batson becomes Captain Marvel in a noble attempt to calm Superman, who is openly accusing Lex Luthor of planning a criminal act. Marvel, realizing that Superman cannot be reasoned with, decides to attack him, and a massive struggle occurs in full view of the news media. As Superman and Captain Marvel throw thundering, earth-shattering fists, most of Lexer's city is damaged or destroyed. Superman appears to have a tiny edge until Marvel grabs him in a bear grip and uses his word of power to summon a magical lightning bolt. After 2 agonizing hits, Superman avoids a third by reversing a bear hug, causing Marvel to be struck by the magical lightning and replaced with an innocuous Billy Batson. Superman gags Billy and melts the gadget with seconds to spare before he can pronounce the phrase and revert back to Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel is disgusted by Superman's action and decides to resign from the League. Superman is publicly humiliated, gives an apology to Luthor, and offers to have the League pay for the damage.
My bones are mine.
Number 8. Lord Superman lobotomized Doomsday without any hesitation. Justice League, the animated series. The 37th and 38th episode of Justice League comprise A Better World. It was first aired on November 1st, 2003. The Justice League swoops down on the White House. Batman and Wonder Woman take on the Secret Service, paving the way for Superman to enter the Oval Office. President Lex Luthor is feverishly gathering documents in the Oval Office. Superman bursts in, declaring that he's arresting Luthor for crimes committed while in government. Superman, Lex Luthor rants that he's not to blame for the people's failure to accept his grand design for the world. The Kryptonian villain mocks Superman, claiming that he has been the greatest partner in all of this because he likes being a hero and all the fame that comes with it, so much that he lacks the courage to put a stop to it once and for all. He glares at Luthor, his eyes flaming crimson as a weird odor reaches Batman and Wonder Woman's nostril outside the Oval Office. After Superman and his allies take over the globe 2 years later, Earth has become a completely different place. With their new Watchtower, they have taken over governments and perverted free speech. The killing of the Flash, as part of Luthor's machinations, is revealed to be the impetus for their revolt. Batman has gone inside the Batcave claiming to be working on the project. Fear prompts the demonstrators to disperse as Green Lantern and Hawkgirl emerge. Batman displays a vision of Justice League confronting Lex Luthor to the other Justice Lords. Lois Lane chastises the inhabitants of Earth for being mindlessly submissive to the Justice Lord's authority. Superman warns her that she is missing the greater picture, but their chat is cut short by Batman, who summons the Justice Lords for an emergency meeting. In the main reality, the Justice League continues to confront Lex Luthor, eventually defeating him and destroying the weapon he is working on. The Martian Manhunter of the Lords emerges via an inter-reality gateway. With the exception of Batman, the rest of the League is imprisoned in a specially created cell block. Hawkgirl, on the other hand, will not go down without a fight and is severely hurt when Lantern has to knock her unconscious. The Justice Lords appear to have arrived just in time. The renegade Gargantuan Doomsday is on the loose. Each of the Lords attacks, but only Superman is a match for the monstrosity. When it becomes evident that they are physically and mentally outmatched, Superman finishes the battle by lobotomizing Doomsday with his heat vision. The original Lois Lane is taken aback by Superman's harshness, while others in the audience cheer, stating, "It's about time." The heroes took a more confrontational approach. From behind bars, Luthor discovers that these heroes aren't the genuine Justice League at all. Number 9. Superman becomes Trigon. Justice League Dark Apocalypse War. Justice League Dark Apocalypse War is a 2020 American direct-to-video adult animated superhero film produced by Warner Brothers Animation and distributed by Warner's Home Video. The film is based on the comic book story arcs Darkseid War by Jeff Johns, Final Crisis by Grant Morrison, and elements of the storyline features Darkseid and his forces continue to conquer other worlds after his 2 unsuccessful efforts to take Earth. The Justice League devises a strategy to destroy Darkseid by transporting his war to Apokolips and leaving the Teen Titans to defend Earth. Darkseid, unbeknownst to them, has been spying on the League through Cyborg, and he now knows their strategy. Most of the heroes from both the League and the Titans are killed during the fight. The surviving heroes become Clark Kent, Superman, for leading them into failure. Clark explains to Damian that they need him to break his father, Batman, free from Darkseid's mind control. The group travel to Stryker's Island in Metropolis and meet with Clark's wife, Lois Lane, who has recruited the Suicide Squad to their cause, now led by Harley Quinn. They are confronted by Lex Luthor, who reveals he was a mole working with Lois Lane to gain intel on Darkseid. The remaining heroes launch an attack on the Reapers but are killed by Paradooms. Batman informs Darkseid of Luthor's betrayal, prompting Batman to send Paradooms and the newly converted Mechanical Furies after the heroes.
Send the Furies to capture the invaders. I will deal with them myself.
The Furies, cyborg versions of Wonder Woman, Mera, Hawkman, Starfire, and Martian Manhunter, assault Clark's squad upon their arrival. Wonder Woman kills the Trigon, but Constantine manages to release her with her lasso of truth. She then decides to stay behind to protect the group from the other Furies. They can save Flash from a treadmill that is powering Apokolips. However, upon rescuing the Flash, Constantine realizes that he has altered the chronology in the past. Formalized paraphrases, they are soon faced by Cyborg, who has been merged into the planet's network. Constantine liberates Cyborg from Darkseid's grasp, freeing the surviving Furies just as they are about to defeat Wonder Woman. Batman and Darkseid are back. Darkseid tells Batman to murder Damian, but he hesitates when reminded of his parents' death, allowing him to break free from Darkseid's mental control. Darkseid tries to murder Batman in a fit of wrath, but his strike is prevented by Damian, whose death triggers Raven. Her sudden mental instability releases Trigon. Constantine gives his body to Trigon as a vessel, but he declines and takes Clark's body instead, cleansing the kryptonite from his body, restoring his abilities, and killing Constantine. Darkseid is attacked by Trigon. In the afterlife, Constantine is briefly visited by Zatanna, who explains that she cast a spell to seduce Constantine into fleeing back to Earth as part of a backup plan devised by Batman in the event that the League fails. At the same time, Raven and Zatanna resurrect Damian and Constantine. Number 10. Superman Kills Doomsday, The Death of Superman 2018. The Death of Superman is a 2018 American animated direct-to-video superhero directed by Warner Brothers Animation and distributed by DC Entertainment. Superman has become a well-known superhero in Metropolis and across the world. After foiling an intergang kidnapping attempt on the mayor, he sends a piece of their equipment to Star Labs for investigation. Following that, Lois Lane, a Daily Planet reporter, interviews Superman about his family history and how he got to Earth. Lois meets Clark Kent's adoptive parents later that night. Lois departs disturbed and rethinking their relationship due to her lack of awareness about Clark's personal life. At Star Labs, Dr. Silas Stone and Dr. John Irons examines the technology from the intergang attack and find it to be of apocalyptic and Earth origin. Meanwhile, in space, astronauts Hank Henshaw, his wife Terry, and their crew are impacted by a meteorite that portaled out of nowhere. Lex Luthor sends his submarine crew to investigate while the Atlanteans do the same, only for the submarine to be attacked and killed by a large being in a containment suit. Clark reveals to Lois that he is Superman and that he loves her in a restaurant operated by Superman enthusiast Bibbo Bebowski. Meanwhile, the mystery entity makes its way into Metropolis, attacking anything and everyone it comes across until the Justice League arrives to fight it. The creature injures many members of the Justice League and almost kills Wonder Woman in the battle before being confronted by Superman. The entity emerges from its suit, revealing itself to be a gray-skinned, white monster with superhuman strength, stamina, and invulnerability. Lois dubs the creature Doomsday, and it confronts Superman, who grapples with it. Superman and Doomsday engage in a bloody fight throughout Metropolis, leaving Superman badly injured and tired. When the monster finds Lois and prepares to murder her, Superman flies at full speed at it and delivers a strike that snaps Doomsday's neck, putting an end to the monster's vicious rampage. Superman triumphs, but is stabbed in the chest and dies in Lois's embrace, as videotaped by Jimmy Olsen. Following Superman's death, a state burial is arranged. and the Kents accept Lois into their family. Later, Jimmy returns Lois to Superman's monument where his casket is empty, a person resembling Superman soars away while the entire world watches. Number 11, Superman vs. Captain Atom, Justice League Unlimited, the animated series. When the Justice League invited the heroes of Earth following the Thanagarian invasion, Captain Nathaniel Adams answered the call as Captain Atom, a nuclear-powered soldier of justice. He was one of the first new League members to be given an important assignment, investigating a radioactive accident in Chongmei, alongside Supergirl and Jon Stewart. This act of bravery gained the respect and admiration of both Green Arrow and Supergirl. When Captain Atom was near the reactor, the creature shot him down, breaching his containment suit and causing him to blow up. His power was also essential to contain the radiation leak caused by Task Force X when they infiltrated the Watchtower. Nathaniel Adams felt conflicted about multiple responsibilities, but his first oath of duty had been to the United States military. Captain Atom resigned from the Justice League and was shortly commanded to prevent Superman and Fortress from rescuing the kidnapped Question from a Cadmus facility. Captain Atom was forced to combat Superman and by regulating red sun radiation. He was able to increase the power of his punches against the Kryptonian. Despite praising Captain Atom's gallant efforts, Superman just ensured that Huntress and Question had enough time to flee before he was compelled to incapacitate Captain Atom. Cadmus security arrived to help the captain, but Superman strongly instructed them not to touch his dead colleague. Captain Atom was subsequently picked up by Superman and sent to the Watchtower, where he could heal under the cautious supervision of the League's medical and scientific personnel. So what did you think? If you enjoyed this video, consider a like, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. We would greatly appreciate it. So, until next time, stay marvelous.